Tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise, make graveyards feel alive, break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark.
From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from the Superdome. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Quick throw to Olave. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now it's Tannehill. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Oh, a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time, and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. first down. They'll start out with Price. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On second. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Kamara try the right side. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Kamara looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1.
Stop short of the goal line. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. And now, well, boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay. A give running right. It's Price with it. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that one.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Price. And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming down.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 6-0 our score after 1. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Prescott completes this one to Thornton. Call it a gain of a yard. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Prescott. And it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. In the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marginal yardage against them.
They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Tannehill looking to throw. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. So their 2nd touchdown of this first half. They went for 2 after score number 1. Didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thinking. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think if they missed it here, they're only up 12-0. 1 extra point on the other side can ultimately beat you if they score twice.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. But right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Dillons. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll give to Price running right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw is Tannehill. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Tannehill. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll stay with Price on the ground. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll go again here with Price. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 2nd down, Kamara. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So that potentially an important takeaway here in the 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
They'll run on 1st down with Price. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And some room to work. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Going right back to Price. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Cowboys are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Tannehill. Open man is Michael Thomas. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 27 yards. And the Saints first down.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Going right back to Michael Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Here's Tannehill. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it, and the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Please take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Straight ahead with Price. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 148 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
And I That's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On third down, here's a run with Price. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. This from 36 yards out. The kick by Bass is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Kamara. They're going to snub this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Swings this out here for Cohen. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On On second down, a run with Price. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott to throw it. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Lightning speed that time from the corner. Marshawn Lattimore getting the sack.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Brian Anger now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try to move forward.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Tannehill. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. On the return is Cohen. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
A truly all-around great effort against the pass today. First an interception, now getting to the quarterback for the first time in this contest. I think offensively, they just forgot to prepare for him or simply...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you had that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
On 4th down, Tannehill. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Ryan Tannehill keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
But just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking
to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so you don't get another one.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now a give running left is Price.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
On the handoff, Price trying the left side.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll try and run for this with Price.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
City always a little extra excitement for week 1 and one of our